New studio. New studio. Yes! Listeners, unfortunately, everything is still the same for you. But like happy like fucking Christmas or whatever the fuck. Sickles! It's me, Bex Bested, and this is Don't Call Me Diva, you know, where we only talk women's wrestling of AEW. Before we enter this episode, let it be known that we live in the world of kayfabe here in Divaville. So don't be expecting any video essays on how I'd fix AEW's women's division. It's episode 32 of the show. And if you need to know anything more about like me and like why we're here, go check out episode 1 in the playlist. How you doing? Do you like it? I like it. I have a lot more like room to move around. She's a bit all goosey woosey in the studio today. To hear. It is the today and where I am. Speaking of episode 1, though, we here in Don't Call Me Diva Land have been saying from that very episode, and it was indeed proven correct, that 2025 was the year of women's wrestling. And we have been treated to some amazing matches this year, along with some banger character development and storylines running deeper than my own personal butt crack. We got brand spanking new tag team champions, Babes of Wrath, shiny new pure women's champion, Deanna Purrazzo. Deanna faced Billy Starks in the first match of ROH's final battle. Scamp of the pod, Billy Starks has new gear in silver and deep purple battle gear with all the straps and the crop jacket with the chains, and it looks very freaking cool. Our future champion Deanna was in black, red, and yellow battle gear for this fight and had a beautiful lace battle jacket to finish the look. Ah, Deanna beams with confidence. She does not see Billy as a threat. Mr. Mox of Death Rider fame is on commentary for this battle, and he's quite good at it. It seems speaking on the microphone runs, deep in the Moxley household. He molds in well. He has very interesting insights, but doesn't overspeak, doesn't fumble his words. He's a man of many talents, as young Mr. Moxley. There is many a ponder online about who could be usurping Sir Moxley and replacing him as leader. I was about to call. It's about to with my accent. I was about to say leader, and then I realized that might come across as replacing him as leader. Now let's all think about that for a moment. Jonathan Moxley cosplaying as Lita for a match. Fucking, I'm down with that. But no, as leader of the Death Riders, because some have been picking up some sort of whatevers, that his reign may be coming to an end. But, all of you out there must like absolutely know by now that we here have our eyes firmly stuck on a certain Renee of remarkable reputation, Kit. Do you know? Do you know, sickos, that she bit up RJ City recently? On camera, I have to say, after he had given us all an impassioned goodbye from AEW. No, sorry, Hey EW. We're all like feeling things. I'm getting a tear in my eye, and the blonde Banshee Pearl harbors him from stage right, mercilessly kicks him while he is down on the ground as well. Another thing we have been saying for months. What's going on with that kid, huh? But moving on from suspicious kids. Deanna, she tries to rip off Stark's arm pretty early in this match, which is smart. If you're going to rip off an arm, you might as well get it off early, I say. Starks has got to use a rope break to get her off, but this is smart. And using one's rope break off early mean you are overpowered and you can come back and to win the match from this. In this case, it does, but it's not a rule. Like just because you use your rope break early doesn't, necessarily mean, oh wow, she's fucked. She is fucked. Billy Hyde does get activated, and she has gotten even more dangerous than the last time we saw her battle when she powers herself up and runs full steam at Diana on the outside. Billy crashes shoulder first into the ring post, and watching it took the absolute breath out of me. Fucking hell. Palazzo had engaged in like swift hooks and like sidestepped out of the way. Perfect timing. And Billy just went "Kapow!" and not so good. Perfect timing. Now, Billy was all nicely tenderized for Deanna's arsenal of very painful armbars and manipulations. Billy is long and manages to break the pain with a second rope break, and Deanna eventually lets go under protest. Deanna hasn't used any of her rope breaks. Billy Alabama slams Deanna Palazzo onto the apron. That move was nuts. Deanna went ka-thunk onto the apron. I was super impressed. And then she just rolls off to the ground. Billy is then quickly adds a senton to Deanna's problems and lands on her freshly injured back, almost pancaking Deanna down to the floor. It was perfectly done, Billy. See, this is what I mean about like Billy Hyde. She just goes into like this insane like offense of damage, and then just what's inside of her. She was like that like 100% of the time. Scary. Billy Starks has many levels of her character, and her moves also just seem to get bigger and more broadened every year, but it's happening very quickly. The Starks we are getting now would like beat the living crap out of the Starks of like last year, for sure. Ooh. A senton atomico went unfortunately wrong for Billy in the final moment of the match, and Deanna caught her in her clutches like a tarantula. No success with that pin though, but the Venus de Milo did the trick. But not after Deanna had almost pulled off both Billy's arms out of their sockets. We are, of course, very happy that Deanna won. That championship was made for her, and it was all pretty much destiny that she was the one to win it for the first time. It is a beautiful belt, and I am looking forward to all the defenses of it. ROH is a beautiful melting pot of wrestlers, don't you think? And I know we shall be seeing some fascinating matches for that championship. You would think, me being in a bigger space that I would not be beating up dear Julia Hart. It seems that I have been proven wrong. My goodness. Here I am, trying not to feel the wrath of a certain other blonde. And I'm just beating her up already in the first episode in the new studio, where she has plenty of room. I have plenty of room. But the flailing arms, Jesus, mother and I don't know who goes along with them. But something else very fascinating happened. Diana Peraza revealed that her secret tag team partner was a Madison Rain. A wrestler Diana and also ROH knows very well. They were facing Billy and Diamante And Billy was not happy about this reveal at all. Diamante was looking stunning and absolutely non-fussed. I hope this is the beginning of building a women's tag division in ROH and more factions. I want Athena's like minion faction to get bigger because like just being her and her and Athena, well, her Athena and her ego. And Billy Starks and kind of Lexi on the skirts now. She needs more. She needs a lot more. Free to watch. Oh, no, not yet. On the subject of titles, I don't think personally here, like we're going a little bit out of silly land. I personally don't think that AEW has too many titles, you know? In fact, now we're getting half and half. I want more. I want a hardcore title, but only for the women's division because that would be fire. It could even like flirt with being intergender from time to time. I think that would be highly entertaining. Yes, please, a hardcore women's division only title. I reckon they would fucking rock that. That'd be brilliant. Um, I would also like a little update to the Continental Classic. I know some people have been wanting like a women's like side, and I know we probably have to like do many like steps to get to like what I like really want, but I want to make the Continental Classic intergender. That's what I want. Not two separate titles. One tournament, tits and dicks fighting it out for the one title. Yeah, that's what I want in the future. That'd be brilliant. Free to watch on YouTube, not in my fantasy land, is the final battle pre-show where the patron saint of the show, Layla Gray. Oh, it's been a while. Has a match against Zeta Steel. Our queen, our muscle babe with the curves, is injured. I know, but we shall not be losing our heads and gathering the villagers for a casual evening of pitchforks and fire. We will accept this as a part of life and shall be remaining calm, sending only good healing vibes and not curses via way of certain people on a certain Mercedes. Layla Gray shall be requiring surgery for her torn ACL and will be out for a bit. She tore it in battle with the hoarder of boats, Alta Boat Monet, if only we knew the location of all those very sinkable boats. But she still managed to kill it in the fitness and fashion show run by, hang on, here we go, WBFF Entertainment that she had been working so hard for. So she wanted, she's amazing. She's a queen. We here at Divaville Studios compound could not be happier. A heartfelt yosh to you, Madame. Brava, 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 brava. Speaking of yosh, let's tangent on to my chip to chip. Oh, fucking holy flying fraggles, people. It was a fantastic holiday. Fucking yosh on to that one. You all would have been so proud of me and my little amount of Japanese. I was complimented many times on my pronunciation. And I tell you that that made me ridiculously happy. But could I find any women's figurines? No, not one. I saw some, but they were like hideously expensive because they were like super old. But their faces were odd. So I couldn't even really like justify the money to even get it because I was like, because then I'll be like looking at this like odd face of like it was China and blank. Oh yeah, and they had like these super old like Mercedes Monet and Bailey's ones of like the WW like the wobbly wobbly ones and like they were like super expensive as well. Wasn't really interested in those as well because, same again, faces. Um, hmm. But I felt like, you know, I wasn't gonna go with those ones. They were great. It was weird. So there we go. I just saw my adorable kitty cat Smog walking up in the path, and my brain just went, Kitty. So I'm sorry, you probably all saw the absolute brain cells leave my and I was like, hang on, I'm recording right now. Fuck me. She's back and she's as distracted as ever. My bad. On the subject of the women's figures, I couldn't find any. I did so apart from the ones that I did find, super expensive, face is really weird. I found another one. And I was like contemplating it because it was Jacqueline and like everything was looking awesome until I looked at her face properly. And once I saw the face and was like, damn it, she looks like she's taking the hottest shit of her life. It was gone. I couldn't buy it anymore. I had to put that lady back where I found her, and I had to like walk away. You know, I wasn't gonna buy no fucking wobbly wobbly women's world champion looking like she's like literally like don't even show her to people. She is busy right now on that toilet. She needs to stay. So that sucked. But I did get some cool shit. You want to see some cool shit? It's like around me. So it's going to be like a point and tell. Behind me right here, you can see this little amazing sugar bean. Some of you might already know who this is. You know what? I know who this is, but can I remember the name right now? No. I think it's Naru. Honestly, no bullshit. I actually think it's Nauru, and I only remember that because of like the whole like Aussie saying of like no, no, no. It's actually how other people say the Aussie, like how like Americans with their accent do the Aussie no. See, like I'm doing it how a Kiwi does it. We're closer. Anyway, tangent on a tangent. Nauru, I think. Yeah, I had to get this little guy. He was fucking adorable. And then you can see the corner of this. So I went to can, can she model? Can she show it off? Woo! Woo! Is she showing? Is she showing? Oh yeah. Woo! So I was very, very lucky in getting tickets to a Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling event. You will get way more about that on the Books and Big show. Way more about that. See, I shouldn't have done that episode to hear all the stories about that. But I was insanely lucky. There is like a way that you can do it physically with like these Lawson things, which is like a ticket booth thing that you can translate. Here's like the translate button right there. During like the convenies and all this kind of shit. But fuck me, I could not figure that out. I was lost. I was lost. But the dude who like runs the whole fucking thing, he is a good cunt. He's really easy to contact on their fucking email. He like replied to me like super straight away, like it was like fucking late at night. And like, yeah, and I just like paid by PayPal, just picked them up when I got there. Fucking YOSH. Brilliant seats as well, by the way. Absolute brilliant freaking seats. And this one shows my amazing view from our seats. It was so freaking good. We were so close. Like the little like entranceway was like right here. We just had like two people there, and then we could see the stage. Was there like a little late? So I had that awkward little like gaijin shuffle to like try and find out. Because you couldn't like go whoop around. It's like, ooh, there. Yeah. Thought we were getting there with plenty of time. Oh no. Oh no. But we didn't miss any action. Didn't miss any action at all. We saw me young and that was the most amazing experience of my life. She was in a tag match with three other amazing people, but one of those amazing people is Yi, and actually turned out to be her final match that night in Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, which I was like, holy fuck, that was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. I've even got like video of that as well. I've been meaning to ask permission if I can show some of that. And my brain has been elsewhere for other reasons that are very secret, girl. Um, but yeah, we might be able to get a little bit of that on the show, which will be awesome. Um, but yeah, so I apologize. Not as oh, my brain is gone. My brain is gone. Not as organized as I would like to be with this stuff, but hey, we also went to Tokyo Dome as well, and I will. It was my plan and hubby's plan to do the Young Bucks thing. I was like, yeah, we're gonna make this right there and take a photo. Yeah, guess what else was happening on that day? A extremely popular K-pop band was having their show at the Tokyo Dome on that exact same day. And of course, you have early merch things going on, and the entire area was just covered with humans. Humans everywhere. Yeah, the band was like Seraphim. I had no idea who they were. But yeah, look them up. Yeah, they're big. Um, we did what we could, and they were like, fuck, we gotta get out of here. We are in the way here. We are not, we don't belong here. We don't have a number to nothing. We're gonna get our ass out of here. We are interrupting important shit going on. So we ate some amazing food and got the fuck out of there. But yeah, so no Young Bucks commemorative photo yet. Yeah, there's always future. There is always future. So long as I am aging, there is always potential to get that photo again. Haha. So that was a, a very funny Tokyo Dome story. Anyway, but I got yeah, so I got this from Tokyo Joshi Pro. I got this obviously from Tokyo Joshi Pro event. You can see this little guy. I got him at the shop that also sells like New Japan official stuff. Only go there if you want like t-shirts of like who's like currently like going on in New Japan. I was like, ah, oh, okay. So I didn't actually really get much. I did. Fuck me. I was meant to have the t-shirts and everything. She's an unhinged, disheveled woman. What's she even doing with life? I'll be wearing it on like another show and I'll show you there. But I did get a very, very cool Saya Kamatani t-shirt, which was awesome. Because I had seen some other stuff of her, but it was like of her older gimmick, and I'm like, current gimmick, girl. So I did get that. But at another store that I can't remember where the frick it was, which I apologize. It's all written down in my journal. But that would be like way too, this was just meant to be off the cuff showing you around. I don't have facts. Is, you may recognize it, as the toxic spider. Come on! She's all like young and stuff. She's such a little spider. Look at that little spider. I don't. Do you know why she's wearing an apron? I don't understand the apron thing. But yeah, we got signatures up the wazoo and all that shbing wang. But look at her. Oh, love her. She's amazing. Oh yeah, I got that at the store that had like the super super expensive china. I mean, she came with other stuff, but like I'm literal like I'm serial here. Like bro, like fuck. her face, China's face. It wasn't as bad as Jacqueline's, but it was not. It was not it. It was not it. It just wasn't it. Just wasn't at all. Down here, you can see with her perfect little smile, I have Stardom and a J. I even got like this little flyer thing here. And actually, can you guys kind of see it? If you like, I don't know who's gonna, you can't zoom in on video, but take a screenshot and then zoom. It is a Hikaru Shida. She's so young in this one. It's adorable. You can only see like some of Kazuchika Okada here, and on top I have a Hiroshi Tanahashi as well, which I thought was very freaking cool. I will do that whole like TikTok thing, and like you go, ooh, and there's something here, and point to stuff. It won't be ASMR. I hate that shit, so no, not gonna be doing any of that. Thank you. Here you can see kind of, well, yeah, you can see half of it. Is the toxic spider as we know her today. I didn't go out looking specifically for toxic spider shit. I was just, we were just walking around and what we found. And I was like, oh, sweet. So this is like more recent as well. I'm sorry. See, okay. Penelope Ford is already injured enough. She does not need me beating her up on camera as well. Like, I'm sorry. I am. I know it was even the same side. My hands are going to get me into trouble, people. And it's not in that kind of way either. So I also managed to find this most random thing. Random story, right? So we're in Tokyo for the second time as we're coming back. And my love really wants to see this like incapacitance, which is a noise gig and all this kind of stuff. He was having a lot of issues with like the website to like register tickets and get like pre-tickets and all that kind of stuff. But they said they were like door sales, so it was sweet. We'll go there just before and like line up before, so that kind of shit. We lined up for ages. There was no fucking way we were getting in on door tickets. Like on door. There was no fucking way. The whole goddamn thing was sold out. We did go all the way out to this very cool area though, so that was fun. It really sucked that like nothing sucks more, right, than being outside the venue and you hear the band that you wanted to hear start to play. It sucks balls. We turned it around though. It was a very cool alleyway we were all standing in. And this jabbery motherfucker behind me though, this American guy who was driving me fucking, no offense. He was driving me fucking, driving me fucking nuts. But we ended up going to this cool as fuck like variety store, and as I was walking around perusing things, I found these little cards. This one's Bull Nakano. Look how badass that is. Look how cool she looks. I just realized that they come, well, she kind of fell over her packaging. I haven't taken the other out of the packaging, so they may be a little woot. And then we have Crush Girls. Hey. Eh. I was meant to Google search who this was before. I haven't done it yet, so I'm not 100% too sure, but look how fucking badass this chick is. She's badass as fuck. Beauty pair. Look at these old fucking cards. I could not believe it. They were just all there. Oh my God, her name is just like literally just floated out of my fucking brain. But we all know who this is. So that was fun. That was fun. My love also got some really cool fucking shit. You got this amazing Ichi the Killer t-shirt as well. It's brilliant. Who else we got going on over here that we can see? I don't know. Can you see up there? Kinda, not really. I have this spooky wrist. I have no idea who it is. I've even like covered the name, so I couldn't even tell you who it is, but I need to find out who that is. So I got some stuff. I got some fun stuff. I got a lot of t-shirts. Lot of t-shirts, which you shall be seeing on the show. But so yeah, that was basically it. That I would. share with you. Now, I was saying, Zeta Steele is cute as folk. And she faces Don't Call Me Diva's crush, Layla Gray. For free, might I add, on ROH's YouTube channel. Marry whatever it is to us. Zeta Steele? No. Zeta Steele was a part of the Wubbly Wubblies ID program, but left all that noise in October. Zeta is from Arlington, Virginia, and has 3 years in ring experience. That 3 years, Zeta has won the WOW Women's Championship and the New Texas Pro Women's Championship. Whew. Zeta spent a short time in Marigold, but she had a lot of battles. And as we all know, battling in Japan always levels up your wrestling, isn't it right, ladies? Now I have more people to talk to. Zeta has been wrestling very, very steadily since then and is going to be another wrestler to watch out for in 2026. Keep your eyes, people, on all the women who are in their like early 20s in 2026. I predict that these youngins will be fucking people up next year. Also, justice for Sisters of Sin. I love the Huff, right? I love that they have been continuing the violence after the tournament loss and didn't slink back into the shadows. Tekla has been amazing at combining her power with them as well to create quite the effective team in Dastardly Deeds. Julia has developed her death stare to such a level that it seems like she looks right through her opponents. Like she has the ability to twist your veins individually. Hart has been absorbing a lot of the punishment this year, all to the benefit, though, of her team. Sky has needed the space to evolve into the violent demon she has become, and I think everyone in the women's division should keep an eye on all three of them in 2026. I also want the AEW Trios Championships to become intergender, please. Have it be able to be defended by multi-gendered factions, and the titles will have a way much more exciting life. Because how many times do you even see the titles, the trios titles, or hear it talked about or anything? I constantly forget that they even exist. So make them intergender. We've got a lot of people to play with there. So much more fun. Ah, that'd be brilliant. And such affection that I think would definitely thrive with an intergender trios championship. Ah, the Skyflight. Who came out with Layla Gray? Ooh, even got a titty shimmy on that one. And she stomps her way to the battle entrance. The guns are popping as the patron saint of Don't Call Me Diva shimmies her toned tushy to her own music down to the ring. Layla is in a dark pink battle two-piece, appropriately sparkled and tasseled with white boots. Layla Gray is a fucking delight. It makes everyone's life better on her way to the ring. Mr. Fallen Angel himself accompanies Miss Gray to the ring and shall be ringside during this battle. Zeta Steele's music hits and a blue light envelops the arena. The real deal Zeta Steele is in a red and black pedal two-piece with a hooded jacket and black sunglasses. Zeta is full of confidence and owns her entrance into the ring. Instantly, I become a fan of Zeta Steele. I love her entrance and body wave. I love confidence. I really do. Confidence is such a thing with me. The match starts with a handshake, as is tradition, but as soon as that bell rings, Zeta yoinks Layla's legs from underneath her and tries to get a cheeky little roll up on Layla Gray. This isn't successful, but it works in getting the upper hand over Gray, and Steele dominates Layla, not like that, for a good part of the beginning of this match. This is until Leila Grey goes, fuck this bollocks, and takes Zeta down with a beautiful somersault neckbreaker, followed by a sling blade, and Leila Grey is all over Steel with a chop. Layla, as we spoke about earlier, has been working on her muscle to squish ratio, right? And her arms are currently nothing but muscle. She has boa constrictor arms now, right? Ones that could squeeze your head off. Whoo! But instead of squeezing her head off, Layla decides to boot Zeta in the face instead. As she calls out to the fans, the crowd cheer in response. See, everybody loves Layla Gray. I'm sure even Zeta Steele loves Layla Gray, but for now, she needs to start laying in some pain of her own. And eventually, Steele gets Layla in a single leg Boston Crab, and Zeta holds nothing back as she wrenches Layla's leg back. The power on Gray's knee makes her just scream out in pain. They are slightly closer to like one side of the ring, and Christopher Daniels is right there, giving Layla Gray all the encouragement she needs to reach out and get herself to the ropes. Now, Zeta must surely have thought that they were closer than they were because she then transitions to like a different hold, rolling Gray over, and this was like the worst plan ever because Steel got a boot to the face, and bam, Gray is out of the submission. This will be the moment that really fucks up Steel's path to victory. Gray, of course, was always going to wrestle her way out of the situation, but still releasing that submission was like an early gift. Layla Gray lariats the fuck out of Zeta Steel and then slams Steel's face into the mat with a mwah, gorgeous bulldog. Zeta's face just bounced off the canvas and she still manages to kick out of the pin. Bravo. Steel is tough. She revives after that kick out and shakes off the haze from Layla's lariats and also that bulldog. She gives Layla a brutal elbow to the face that sends her flying off the apron, and then she torpedoes herself through the ropes and missiles into Layla Gray, landing with a battle cry. Christopher Daniels is like, oh no, but he can't do anything but yell encouragement. Steel rolls Gray back into the ring, gives the fallen angel a warning point, and he backs off. Steel has some moves, but Gray's strength and mat work won the battle, and with a very impressive butterfly facebuster, Layla Gray gets the one, the two, the three, and the win! Layla Gray celebrates her win and shakes the hand of her defeated opponent. I am looking forward of seeing more Zeta Gray. I am looking forward to seeing more Zeta still, but of course, seeing way more of Layla Gray. God damn, how many of those have we even fought, like fit into this episode? I'm making up for all the other weeks I haven't been able to do that. Well, I mean, come on, I have been doing that just, privately. All of the sparkles on Layla Gray's battle outfit has reminded me of the other thing that I want, please. The guys get a battle royale for a fat diamond ring that, okay, MJF like wins like every year. And I think the fact that the women do not get their own battle royale for a fat ass diamond ring is like super rude and something I am going to start being more vocal about because fuck all that noise. Okay. On the Books and Bix show, I'm going to be bringing this up again, but that's real life. I want us all to band together and raid the socials, calling and to an end to this injustice. Our AEW Women's Division have been working their butts off and been engaging in epic battles fueled by ruthless rivalries, and they deserve to have a battle for a big ass sparkly ring. And all MJFs are banned from entering, okay? No matter what he's wearing, no matter what wig he's in. No MJF. That's the guy's problem. They have to deal with that. But come on, don't you think it's weird and dumb? All right, let's get on to this, okay? Battle Royale for the big ass fucking sparkly ring for the women. Let's get it going. Holy flying fraggles! Sickos! A freaking lot has happened since episode 31, and trying to pack it all in is quite overwhelming. We have had, so we're going to go down it shortly. We have had, shortly, in short form, we have had Athena versus Persephone for the ROH World title. The Fallen Goddess, the American Joshi, the Minion Overlord, the Forever Champ won the battle, but it was indeed a battle. Persephone is strong, like Athena, and she's also very quick. Persephone can take a lot of punishment also and has beaten some very tough opponents. Red Velvet is back from injury, and she is back when she belongs at the top and in the mood for violence. Mercedes lost her first belt in their match, but technically it wasn't really hers to begin with. Now, I had a very strong feeling that Red Velvet was coming back stronger and destined to reclaim her spot as tele champion. Mercedes was just keeping it warm. Red Velvet was dressed for a fight in emerald green and gold battle gear, and her jacket is like this silky boxer type thing with a massive hood. Her gear is like super sparkly. So, since it's physically impossible for Mercedes to get her entire fleet of boats onto the entrance stage, she has smartly decided to just go off with showing off her belts on half naked men. The CEO looks amazing, and she holds the interim title high whilst wearing the TBS title around her waist. This is my preferred method of championship placement. It does bug me when a champion doesn't wear the title belt and then like only carries it. Around the neck is also not really my fave. Holding it in your hand it's a bit meh, isn't it? Unless your name is Tetsuya Naito. When I started first watching New Japan, Naito was walking out with the IWGP Intercontinental title in his hands, and then he would just fling it. He didn't give a fuck about that title. He thought it was a piece of crap. And sometimes the title would come flying out from backstage before he even walked out. That thing got smushed. It even got fucking smashed into some steel chairs. He slowly destroyed that thing. But this is what I'm saying. Titles open up storylines. I much prefer maybe a few too many titles over a few too many. I've stretched my entire roster into like 6 different promotions. Yeah, that bores me. Red Velvet hits hard. She has a swift knockout punch and she takes as good as she gets. Mercedes let it all out because she was not about to lose one of her precious titles. The match was, in all honesty, ridiculously smartly played by both wrestlers. They had fluid motion and a remarkable ability to both think on their feet whilst also having like their block completely rocked. Red Velvet ended up wrestling the fook out of Monet and she pinned her deep and got the 1, the 2, the 3. Is this the beginning of what we have always wanted for so long? But we've also wanted to like have a slow build on Bonkers Monet. 2026. Is that the year of Bonkers Monet? Hmm. Watch this space. We'll find out. She has won so many more belts since we last recorded the Books and Big Show. There's a lot of research that needs to be done before that next one. I don't think that boat even got its maiden voyage, but at least it's now back to where it belongs. So, in the absolute devastating news that I touched on earlier with my discrepancies, the super bad girl who was bound for tag team glory Miss Penelope Ford fucked up her shoulder in a absolutely superb moonsault off the top rope onto the pile of bodies below. But it's one of those freaking, and it was at Daly's place. I don't believe in curses and everything, but fuck me. His Daily place seen some brutal injuries. Jesus Christ. But moving on with that, we're not talking about that. Put on me on. You can see it happen. She like landed. It was just one of those things. And the elbow just went nah. And tag team glory is taken away. But you're gonna heal. You're gonna heal stronger. Maybe even like with the titanium elbow. Ooh. Could you imagine the step back girl with a titanium elbow? Death. Absolute death. But she still accompanies the Megasis out to the ring. Not at the moment, though, but Megan Bain and Marina Shafir, as a tag team, does make brilliant sense, but they won't be, taking you on an emotional journey or anything. Like the Babes of Wrath, absolutely will. That made me say that I was super disappointed. I am three different things at the same time. I am disappointed that Penelope Ford had her injury and they could not claim gold. I am disappointed that then the Sisters of Sin got knocked out of the tournament and did not win. But I am also happy as fuck that the Babes of Wrath won. They are awesome. They're gonna start off this tag division right. I can see it right now. They, it'd be fun, if the Timeless Love Bombs made you know, what am I saying? Nope, cut all that out. I completely lost what I was saying. My brain went out and then I stopped and then I couldn't recover. Drinking break of brain juice. Oh man, I'm out. Dang, I hate it when that happens. Right, what was I actually meant to be saying? Oh yeah, that's where I was up to. My bad. Okay. I'm cutting in here of the right thing that I was going to say. The Megasis, though, is currently involved in a tag tournament, a different one with Stardom, with Hanako. And the beast of a woman is still looking fabulous despite these constant battles she has been going through with all this travel. She looks amazing. They are doing very well in their tournament, so there may still be gold in the Megasis's future coming along. Yo! Speaking of beautifully brutal, Sky motherfucking Blue, sickos. I love Blue. She has evolved in the darkness so much. Sky seems more comfortable at being mischievous and happily engaging in bloodletting for added power-ups. I knew Sky would be the first one out for her side. She has been sending a very clear message about the fantastic relationship she now has with violence. And all those not listening were seen clutching at their pubes, aghast at what a young woman was doing. With her own blood, mind you. The young woman is a wrestler who has 8 years of experience of in-ring battle, and she knows exactly what she wants to do. That match was fucking iconic for so many ways, and Sky Blue was a part of many of them. Julia was focused and would take the hit as distraction for Blue and for Tekla to do some nasty damage. Julia puts herself on the line, look, puts herself on the line every match, and with every moment, Julia gets more powerful. Speaking of power, I would like to inquire as to the Miss Hart. Hi. I would like to inquire as to the chances of sending Penelope Ford, perhaps maybe a bag of healing magic. You know, or, like a little curse of Healy goodness. Like what, just while you're doing other things. That would be great. I mean, I don't want to like impose, but if you could just do it. Thank you. It looks like the Triangle of Madness have some plans brewing, and 2026 may be bringing with it a toxic cloud of dominance. Julia Hart has been taking a lot of punishment lately. But, like I said, with every battle, she gains more knowledge. So, this is possibly all a part of her plan to learn more about her roster of enemies. When you look at it, it's pure genius. She's, like Borg, but different, you know? The Triangle of Madness have something coming very soon, and you can see they're cooking up a plan. I'm very excited to see what it is. There is gold to hunt for now. The women had the tag titles and the TBS titles, and the world title in AEW. ROH now has the pure. The tally is like rightfully where it belongs, and it has the worlds. Trios needs to be opened up to intergender on both sides, so many more battles can be had. Make the intercontinental intergender and give the women a hardcore title to play with. That's all I'm asking for. Simple, simple. 2026 wants and apparitions. That's all I want. Just simple things like that. Our world champion, Chris Statlander, I wasn't meant to sing that, but I just did it anyway, and the hero of the locker room, Willow Nightingale, had a small moment, but this was blood and guts, you know. You can't resolve months of friendship, betrayal, and like that kind of environment, usually. So that relationship is better, but it ain't repaired. Timeless Tony Storm saved her lover from the merciless smothering of Marina Shafir's mother's milk, with the Megasis smashing Mina in the head for the TBS title, you know, casually. What's the TBS title doing in the cage? I hear you ask about the pay-per-view that happened over a month ago. Well, I shall tell you. You won't be surprised to hear that the CEO'd all over the place and got her belt in the ring. She lost a fingernail in a sacrifice, but I can't remember if that was before or afterwards. Harley Cameron. What a delight. It has been to watch Harley Cameron's journey through AEW, don't you think? Don't you think? Like the whole thing from start to go? What a, like, I'm not saying this sarcastically, what a fucking inspiration. If I was little, like no bullshit, I would be in awe of Harley Cameron. And I think she was, and I would think that she was the best, despite even being a babyface when I was little. Ugh, I love a dark woman, but like no bullshit. Like the goofy, hilarious sex bot who is like super talented has always been a fave of mine. And if they can like beat people up is even better. Bane in Blood and Guts was amazing. Holy shit. I love her so much. Her joy for violence and smashing her entire body into people, throwing other people's bodies around, it just brings me joy. And I can see it brings her joy as well. And I just love seeing wrestlers happy. Be happy in your work. There is so much talent in and orbiting the AEW's women's roster right now. I want to know who you out there want to have permanently in AEW. Obviously, who currently isn't. One of the coolest things about AEW also is that a wrestler can continue their like side quests as well. Like, ah, Books and Becks, like going on the IRL. We should totally do like a like an episode about like the side quests of the AEW. Anyway, speaking of side quests, though, Miss Side Quest for Gold herself just had to interrupt the Babes of Wrath world. No, the Babes of Wrath champion. No, the Babes of Wrath champagne celebration. You with me? Let's do that whole thing again. From speaking of side quests. Speaking of side quests, Miss Side Quest herself, Full Gold, just had to interrupt the Babes of Wrath champagne celebration for their title win. Now, I was suspicious because this is a champagne celebration because we have not had a champagne celebration without shenanigans so far. But it all kind of seemed to go wellish. No one got bottled this time, so there's that. Babes of Wrath were a unit and will be a hard team to take for the titles. Their matching battle outfits also were like favorite, like absolutely favorites. Their teamwork was like on point, and they have a catchphrase that they all want the live audience to participate in. So please do so, or be cursed. Just casually. The timeless love bombs did though interrupt first and dance their way to the ring. So I guess, you let them off for that. Everyone was suspicious, but it was just a harmless joining of the champagne celebration with the champions. They got a chance to give Mercedes an earful as well when she came out, and Tony Storm managed to even send Mercedes scuttling off, protecting her little butthole as she goes. The threat of a good waxing seems to be a weakness to the CEO. Our world champion Chris Statlander and Jamie Hayter teamed up against the wonderful Sisters of Sin. And no, you will not be getting a song because I appreciate an uncursed life. You know. Tekla comes out with the Sisters of Sin and she gets to see the beautiful beatdown from Hot and Blue. Slightly before the bell rings. Blue stomps the absolute shite out of Hayter, but Julia gets flung out of the ring by the world champion. Blue gets her back, pummeled. No, she doesn't get her back. She gets her back pummeled in by Jamie Hayter, and it looked brutal. The Sisters of Sin have a new combined move. Julia tangles up Hayter in the ropes with a tarantula, and Sky Blue drop kicks the person in the face. Unfortunately, this does not go quite to plan, completely. But Blue did take out the world champion as well. So, shit happens. Either way, Hayter is like hurting. For good measure, Julia Hart rains down forearms onto Hayter's back. The strength is against them, but the spirits and pure violence are on their side. And if they can just get a moment to take them both down, Sisters of Sin would win this, I swear. The battle gear also on everyone is fan-fucking-tastic, by the way. Statlander needs to tag out, but Sky Blue is being relentless. When she does manage to tag in Hater, though, Blue is like, okay, bring it on, and avoids the incoming attack from Jamie and cracks her in the face with a super kick. Blue is getting stronger. Also, by the way, the whole roster better watch out for that, okay? After she tags in her, Blue goes straight over to Stat and knocks her off the apron with an elbow. She's getting stronger. She's quick. She's always thinking. The ad break completely broke the illusion down. As the title screen comes along, and we end up missing some of the battle because of the fucking thing. When we come back, Sky Blue is being thrown around the ring by the world champion, but Sky Blue absorbs that pain, and the Sisters of Sin successfully double team Stat, and Julia goes for the pin. Blue is pissed and snaps at Julia to cover Chris. She is just about to get through the ropes when Sky notices Hayter has come into the ring to break up that pin. Blue gets straight back into the ring and throws Hayter out of it through the ropes. Chris gets a pin on Julia, but she has already tagged out Sky Blue, who gets into the ring and pulls off Code Blue. She finally lands Code Blue. It's been months. Ah, and this was done with absolute perfection, by the way. Ah, perfect execution of the Code Blue. I really hope that there is a GIF of that out there, of that Code Blue. If someone out there who sees this can like pop one into the comments, oh, that'd be great. Just pop a whole bunch of them, just spam them if that's what you want to do. I love a GIF. Why not? So feel free to like post some other like good wrestling, women's wrestling ones in the comments as well. That'd be great. Hater murders Sky Blue with the haterade, though, out of nowhere and just breaks that pin. Slightly overkilled. And Julia is mad as hell. I mean, I'm with there. I'm right there with her. We're both mad. Mm-mm. She shoves Hader and then cracks her jaw with a double-footed soul food. All four wrestlers are just now down, and the crowd erupts into cheers, as they should. They get to their feet and, pair off. Blue is on Chris, Hart is on Jamie. They beat the shit out of each other with forearms until Julia and Sky decide, fuck this, and super kick each other's battle pair in the side of the face. Julia pulled out a different variant of her rope walk this time. She is jumping down onto the apron, causing the arm to come down over the top rope. They tried to turn it into a double team again, but Hayter saw it coming and successfully avoided it. Julia got cracked in the face, but Blue got her bones suplexed out of her by Hayter. And then it was just not good for Julia Hart after that. She was unable to gather her senses to regain any kind of anything. And after an insane looking backbreaker, Jamie demolishes Julia with the haterade and she gets the 1 and 2 and 3. Rude. No shenanigans after the match, but we do spy a toxic spider off into the balcony. It seems that Tekla Al has been watching this match very closely in almost the same trajectory. Lexi Nair, with all the hair, is gorgeous in blue, and she has Hayter and the world champion backstage. And they're hyped. Jamie, wait, Jamie Hayter gets her battle that she wants for this world championship, and it's going to be at World's End. Hayter is going to be ruthless, but like Chris Statlander is the world champion. You got that power bonus. She's in this different level. She was in this different level anyway. Although, let's be honest, so is Jamie Hayter. That's going to be some beef on beef for sure. That's going to be a hard hitting match at World's End, and I am looking forward to it. Ooh. Both are going to end up really hurting after this. Neither sad or really happy. The TBS champion, Ulta Boat Monet's boots are horrendous, by the way. Going back to that whole interruption of the champagne celebration. Ugh. Sparkly Union Jack boots were, well, they served a purpose. We'll say that. One of my grandmas said to me when I was very little that if you don't have anything nice to say, to keep it to yourself. She herself was an absolute bitch who talked crap about everyone all the time, so take from that as you will. But in saying all of that, I shall actually be roasting Mercedes Monet's outfit because it was absolutely tragic. And it was meant to be. So in that, it was glorious. It's so awful that it's gone back to glorious. The Timeless Love Bomb's entrance dance is also adorbs, and I want to learn shimmy. It's also short enough for TikTok, right? So, like, can we get some sickos on like the reels and the TikToks doing the Timeless Love Bomb dance together? Hey, that'd be cool. You can do like a creative thing, do like a duo or whatever, you know, and then like post it. I'll post it. We'll all post it, you know? I don't have to explain it all to you. You know how these things work. Tag Don't Call Me Diva in it if you will, and it'll be awesome. Yeah. Oh, I wonder if Smoggy will be my dance partner. Akuma was much more better at dancing than Smoggy. He was a really good winning participant. Smodo, he got the little legs and like, the little fluffy pants. He's got a good hula. Maybe a little bit too involved for him. We'll see. We'll get there. And also, I would like to point out before we move on from this segment that there was not a lick of champagne in this champagne celebration, except for maybe like Mina's like top color, mildly champagne, but not a lick. No one could lick any champagne ever. So as we go out of this year, that was the beginning of the resurgence in women's wrestling. And I don't mean like it was dead before. I mean, resurgence isn't really, I guess, like the right thing. The new level, you know what I'm saying? Of like women's wrestling. We have Deanna Purrazzo as pure champion. she has Madison Rain with her now, and it seems like they have plans. Trisha Dora is healthy and kicking. If only the trios were intergender, because STB is a perfect candidate for that as well. Tyra Valkyrie is living her best life with MXMTV, and long may it last. Another really good contender for this intergender trios, title. You see where we're going. Red Velvet is back, baby, and she is ready to kick some challenger. But Athena still has her ROH World title. It is 1,103 days and still counting, by the way. Billy and Diamante are teaming up, and we shall see if they become a devastating tag team. Maybe we also get some extending in the faction. We have a few new women as well. We've got Stormy, we've got Zeta Steel, we've got Isla Dawn. And Manny, I really hope the freaking Renegades can be more involved in some battles in 2026. I'm not quite too sure how the recovery is going for one of them, but like I love them and I want them back again. The Timeless Love Bombs have each other and we all have them, so that's great. The Triangle of Madness are very happy in their corner of darkness, plotting their fun plans. Ty J will continue to fight for those tag titles and hopefully stop it with the fucking waving, but we'll just see what happens with that. Mercedes Moné. What does 2026 have in store for you? Mother Wayne has to be mothering and plotting somewhere. Bring back Nyla fucking Rose, okay? Thunder Rosa, Penelope Ford, and Queen Aminata will be back from injuries. Serena Deeb surely wants to battle Diana for that pure title. And also Yuko, Riho, and Ruby are out there in the mist, plotting and coming. Hopefully we will be seeing more of them in the mix of the battle throughout 2006. Okay, sickos. We are outie! If you wish, you can leave your ponderings as comments in the appropriate sections of wherever you are. And if you would be so kind as to like and subscribe while you're there, I'd be very grateful. You'll be doing Don't Call Me Diva and the Books and Big Show a big favor. And like I said, look forward to more content coming. We have more Japan stories, more things to show you. Don't want to bomb the first episode with everything. I have so much to show you. So please keep, tuning in, and I'll see you then. If you want to find me, if you really want to, you can find me looking at threads at Bex underscore Bastet, and under retweet is Sky Blue at Bex Bastet. And you can follow us on TikTok at Don't Call Me Diva Show. I have been very quiet on the socials recently, and it's not just Japan. There's some other stuff going on. It's all very secret girl. So that's all I'll say. But I will be engaging more, making some more things. It'll be exciting. Inspiring speech. Thank you, as always, to Shane, my excellent producer, editor, promoter extraordinaire. He has been editing and putting out the Books and Big Show on this channel whilst I have been away, just enjoying myself doing absolutely everything I've wanted to over in Japan. And also over the couple of weeks it took me to create this beautiful vista. So thank you to him. Go check out the Ethos Media Network on YouTube for some excellent and very diverse content. Join us at thesickosclub.com and at Sickos Club on Threads. You have never met a more inclusive, smart, kind, talented bunch of silly sausages who also happen to really enjoy wrestling, and it won't require a blood sacrifice to join. This has been Don't Call Me Diva. Women's Wrestling Rules! Don't be a dick.